Good day, ma'am. I am Christopher Advincula, and today I will discuss the chapter 13, which is the labor law. So, in this topic, I will discuss about the different law related to labors. So, related to the workers. So, the learning objectives for this topic are enumerate the classification of employees, their benefits, privileges, and policies affecting them. Then I will identify same best practices in handling human resources and tourism establishment. Next is identify the procedures in handling sexual harassment in the workplace. So we will tackle about the sexual harassment law later. Also, I will explain the rights of workers employed in tourism establishments. So, more on tourism employee nga nagtrabaho sa tourism industry ang atong i-discuss about the labor law. So, constitutional provisions law. So, under the section 3, the state shall afford full protection to labor. So, in the Philippines, so there are many law that mandate to protect the laborers as well as or the employees. So local and overseas. So naay kanang law related to local employees as well as to overseas workers or naa nagtrabaho sa laing nasod. Also organize and unorganized and promote full employment and equality of employment opportunities for all. So the law has stated that there is a law related to the laborers who promote the equality of employment and equal opportunities for all workers who work not just only in the tourism industry but also to a different field of works in the Philippines and also to the other countries. So under the section 14, the state shall protect working women by providing safe and helpful working conditions, taking into account their maternal functions and such as facilities and opportunities that will enhance their welfare, enable them to realize their full potential in the service of the nation. So women's workers under the tourism industry, not just in tourism but also in other fields. So women's are protected by the nation, so by the different types of law under the labor code of the Philippines. So under the section 15, the state shall respect the role of independent people's organization to enable the people to pursue and protect within the democratic framework their legitimate and collectiveness interests and aspiration through peaceful and lawful means. For the section 16, the right of the people and the organization to effectively and reasonably participate at all levels of social, political, economic decision-making shall not be abridged. The state shall by law facilitate the establishment adequate consultation mechanism. So, the purpose of the law is in order to protect employees, in order to protect, but na sila mga limitation nga dili na kailangan hilabtan ang mga establishment, but the purpose of law itself is to protect only the workers. The labor law is protect only the workers from the violence or other kanang mga injustice action from the owner or the manager of the establishment. So the laborer or the employee are protected by the law in the Philippines. So there are many classifications of employees. Employees of a company may be classified in different types. So these are the regular employees, casual employees, seasonal employees, project employees, probationary employees, employees for a fixed term, overseas Filipino workers or the OFWs, and also special workers. For the special workers, so there are types of special workers: the apprentices, learners, and the handicap workers. So first things first is the regular employees. So as you all know, regular employees are those who are hired for an indefinite period. So murag kini sila mo ni kinadugayan na sa kana more than a year na sa isa ka kumpanya or sa isa ka establishment. So they are entitled to have a benefits provided by law or the company policy. So nana sila mga benepisyo nga madawat sa kumpanya, just like SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, or depende sa kanang establishment nga ilang gitrabahoan. For the casual employees, so these are the typically hired for irregular or intermittent. So kung na regular employee, so naa sa mga irregular employee, and this one is the casual employees. That's what we call a casual employees, and do not receive the same benefits as regular employees. So, examples of casual employees are kana mga part-timers. So mga part-time job, kana mo na sila ang kanang nag-work sa company but not a regular, but they are the part-timer pero dili sila makadawat og mga benefits, just like nga akong gi-mention ganina. So next is the seasonal employees. So if we talk about seasonal, so naa sila time nga time frame o na sila kanang span nga ana sila taman nga magtrabaho. So dili jud sila as in nga kanang ana sila permanently. So na sila mga every season, season na sila magtrabaho. So hard to meet demands during specific times of the year such as holiday seasons or peak business periods. So for example sa holiday season, for example sa establishment nga nagkuan og kanang grocery store. So kana sila mga for example kanang Christmas season. Kaya sila gihara sila tungod kay busy ang Christmas season, daghan mamalit. Gihara sila in order para makaapa sila o cater sa mga kanang malitay. So that's it, example of seasonal. For example sa hotel, na mga hotel nga muhire sila o kanang mga employee but not a regular or a permanent employee but a seasonal para kanang maka-cater sila sa mga guests. So especially when sa mga peak season na event sa hotel. That is seasonal employees. So, dili sila permanente nga magtrabaho sa hotel, but nalang sila season or time frame nga kung asa sila taman. So next is the project employees. So employed for specific projects or tasks, often on temporary basis until the project is completed. So for example, dari ang mga engineers or architecture. Yeah. If mahuman ang ilang kanang contract o mahuman ang ilang kanang ginama gigama nga building sa mga engineering, so kanang pwede na sila muhawa sa kanang trabaho, and that is a project. Sila project nga human after the project kanang pwede na sila muhawa sa kanang ilang trabaho, and that is a project. Examples of the project employees. For the probationary employees, so these are the newly hired individuals whose performance is being evaluated before being granted regular employee status. So these employees are under observation. So it takes time, it takes days, it takes months para sila mahimong regular. So mo ni sila ang murag bag-o pa nakasud sa trabaho nga under is observation pa. Asa sila i-grant nga mahimong regular sa trabaho. For the employees for a fixed term, so hired for a specific duration within the predetermined end date for the employment. So murag kani sila is just like kuan sila katong seasonal. But kini is murag na sila kanang contract nga gisunod. So after mahuman sa ilang contract, so pwede na sila mo kanang mahawa sa trabahoan, pero depende na if kanang ilang i-renew ang ilang contract. So that's like fixed time, fixed date, or even fixed year nga kanang span so kung kanus ara sila taman sa ilang trabaho. For example, 1 year sila trabaho aning establishment, 2 years, 3 months, or kanang or even at 3 days. So that is fixed term employees. So we'll know that overseas Filipino workers are the OFWs that who works on the in the kanang outside the country. So mo na sila ang mga OFW. So the Filipino citizens employed abroad often to fill labor shortages or seek better opportunities. So there are many reasons why kanang there are many Filipino people who wants to work abroad. So they are even if na sila sa outside country, so they are protected also by the government agency like OWA para sila maproteksyonan against sa mga injustice action from their kanang ilang mga amo dito sa laing nasod. So next is the special workers. So first, the apprentices. So these are the individuals learning a trade or a skill through practical experience under the skilled workers. So anin is kana more on skills ang ilang trabaho. They are the ones who works for the skills practical experience for the skilled worker. For the learners, so these are the employees under the training or education related to their job. So, for example, ani mga OGT. So, these are the special employees, the learners, nga nagtrabaho for our education purposes nga kailangan related to the job. For the handicapped workers, so these are the individuals who have a disabilities who may require accommodation or special consideration in the workplace. So karon, even the disability mga handicapped people pwede na sila kanang makatrabaho in the industries or industry or other related mga trabaho anan. The handicapped workers are protected also by the government officials. So there are law related to the handicapped workers for the labor code of the Philippines. So next, we will move on to the benefits, privileges, policies affecting employees. So for the minimum wage, so by the virtue of the Republic Act of 6727, Wage Rationalization Act, the determination of minimum wage rates are now within the function of the regional tripartite and productivity board. So the concept of the minimum wage means more than setting a floor wage to appropriate existing wages. So minimum wage underlies the effort of the state to promote productivity improvement and gain sharing measure to ensure the decent standard of living for the workers and their families to affirm labor ani sa Pilipinas, so ang Philippines has to set a minimum wage for the workers. I don't know kung pila na ron ang minimum wage. But as far as I think 600 adi po magdepende siya sa kumpanya. So for the collective bargaining, so this means conferring promptly and in good faith or negotiating agreements with respect to wages, hours of work, and entering into written contracts. So kaning collective bargaining is just like contracts. So nasa like kasabutan between the employees and between the employees or the workers, also to the owner of the business kung how many hours sila magtrabaho, kung pila ang ilang kanang sweldo every hour or every day. So na sila collective bargaining agreement or CBA, or that's what we call a contract adjustment of grievances for this matter. So the provisions commonly found in collective bargaining agreements. So first are enumeration and reservation of management rights, union recognition and security, wage and fringe benefits under administration, physical working conditions, selected personnel management and plant operation practices, grievance and abbreviation duration of the contract. So next is the Labor Management Council. So under Article 255 of the Labor Code, it reserves the right of individual employee or group of employees to present grievances to their employer at any time with or without collective bargaining, with or without exclusive bargaining a representative. So the Department of Labor and Employment, or the DOLE, who protects for the laborers in the Philippines, promotes the formation of labor management councils, or the LMC, in organized and organized establishments. So these are the under the article of 255 of the labor code. So next is the maternity and paternity leave. So if we talk about a maternity leave, so these are the benefits covered under the Republic number 8282 on May 1, 1997, also known as the Social Security Act of the Women of 1997. Under said law, a female member need not to be married who has paid at least 3 monthly contribution in a 12-month period immediately preceding the semester of her childbirth or miscarriage shall be paid daily a maternity benefit equivalent to 100% of her average daily salary credit for 60 days, 70 days in case of cesarean delivery, subject to the following conditions. So, maternity leaves refers to the period of time that the mother takes off from work before after childbirth to recover from childbirth. For example, na ay employee nga mga nakay na, so ni apply sa maternity leave. So, ang tendency din ni is kana even though wala siya ni sud sa opisina or any work nagtrabaho sa establishment, so naagyapon siya kanang madawatan nga leave pay sa isa ka kumpanya, and it depends sa kanang kumpanya nga iyang gitrabaho kung how pila iyang madawatan every day. And this is the cover from childbirth and to care for her newborn. So it is form of paid or unpaid leave granted by employer of to female employee. So maternity leave policies vary widely by country and employer, with some offering paid leave for several weeks or months, so while others provide unpaid leave or no leave at all. So the purpose of maternity leave is to support the physical and emotional health of both mother and the newborn, as well as to promote gender equality in the workplace by allowing women to balance their work and the family responsibilities. So labor code in Philippines, it emphasizes also about the equality of the workers. So kanang this kanang apela ni ama both men and women naa sila kanang equality works, gender equality when it comes to while working in the establishment or the businesses, so especially in the tourism industry. So the employee shall have notified her employee of her pregnancy and the profitable date of childbirth. The full payment shall be advanced by the employer within 30 days from the filing of the maternity leave application. So pwede sa maka-advance after 30 days upon applying the maternity leave. So that payment of daily maternity benefit shall be a bar to the recovery of sickness benefit provided under the act of the same period for which daily maternity benefits of the female. So that the SSS shall immediately reimburse the employees of 100% of the amount of maternity benefit is advanced upon receipt of satisfactory proof such payment and legality thereof. So next, we will move on to the paternity leave. So after the paternity leave for the women, so we will move on to the paternity leave for the men. So on the other hand, Republic Act number 8187, also known as the Paternity Leave Act of 1996, governs the granting of paternity leave benefits to every married male employee. So under the said law, every married male employee in the private and public sector shall be entitled to a paternity leave of 7 days with full pay for the first 4 deliveries of the legitimate spouses with whom he is cohabiting. So paternity leave is a form of leave granted to the fathers to take time off from work to care for a newborn child or to support the mother following childbirth. It allows fathers to bond with their newborn, participate in caregiving responsibilities, and support their partner during the postpartum period. So, paternity leave policies vary widely by country and employer, ranging from paid leave to unpaid leave, and the duration can also vary significantly. So, the purpose of the paternity leave is to promote gender equality, just like in the maternity leave. Uh, Gender equality in parenting responsibilities, support family bonding, and recognize the importance of fathers and involvement in childcare and household duties. So, if mo leave ang male sa trabaho due to sa iya asawa, so nagyapon sila madawat nga leave pay at it depends on the company kung pila ang ilang minimum wage every day while working in the establishment or the business. So, union rights, strikes, and lockouts. So, strikes means temporary stoppage of work by concerted action of employees as a result of a labor or industrial dispute. So, lockout means temporary refusal of employer to furnish work as a result of an industrial or labor dispute. So, a labor dispute includes or controversy or matter concerning terms or conditions of employment or the association of representation and persons and negotiating, fixing, maintaining, changing, or arranging the terms and conditions of employment regardless of whether disputants stand in permit relation employees or of the employer. So next is the services charges. So the rule of service charge applies only to establishment collecting service charges such as hotel, restaurant, lodging houses, nightclubs, cocktail lounge, massage clinic, bars, casinos, gambling houses, and similar enterprise, including those entities operating primarily as private subsidiary of the government. So the purpose of the ad, there are many reasons, there are many purpose of the service charge. So magdepende na sa kumpanya. For example, the company or the restaurant or mga cafes na sila service charge. So naiuban ang service charge nga ilang makolekta sa mga diners, ilang i-donate sa mga employees nga naa nagtrabaho sa. So depende na kung unsaon nila ang service charge nga ilang makuha. So employment contract, so as we all know, if there is kung naay kanang trabaho, so there is also a contract. So this is very important in the business world, the contract of the employees. So the concept of the employment contract is regulated under the provisions of the Labor Code of the Philippines, Civil Code of the Philippines, and other special laws. So legally speaking, a contract of employment is consensual in nature, which does not require additional formalities for it is valid. So as a worker, so we should know what are the terms and conditions of the business. So before filing a contract or before signing the contract, so we should know what are the policies and the establishments nga imong workan, kung pila ang minimum wage, kung pila ang imong madawat nga kanang mga benefits, kung sa mga benefits, in order for you to know kung kaniigo ra ba ni siya sa imong kanang family para sa imong kaugalingon, diba? So next is the death benefit. So under the Social Security law, upon the death of a member who has paid at least 36 monthly contribution prior to the semester of death, his primary beneficiary shall be entitled to the monthly pension. So in case of work-related death, beneficiaries will receive death benefits under the Employees' Compensation and State Insurance Fund in addition to benefits under the SS law. So death benefits typically refer to financial payment or other forms of assistance provided to the family or dependents of a deceased individual. So these benefits are often provided by employers Government agencies or insurance companies are intended to help cover funeral expenses, replace lost income, and support surviving family members financially during the difficult times. So the specific benefits available and eligibility for criteria vary depending on factors such as disease and individual. So ang ilang madawat nga benefits, death benefits, so magdepende siya sa situation nga nahitabo. So ang makadawat sa death benefits is katong beneficiary nga gi-allow sa katong employee nga namatay. So next is the health benefits. So this includes sickness, medical, and hospitalization benefits. So under the Social Security law, a member who has paid at least 3 monthly contribution in the 12-month period immediately preceding the semester of sickness or injury and is confined more than 3 days in hospital or elsewhere with the approval of the SS shall be paid a daily sickness benefit equivalent to 90% of his average daily salary credit. So, if ang employee is a sakit, so kanang na siya madawatan nga a health benefit sa kumpanya. So, drug testing. So, under the Republic Act of number 91/65, on June 7, 2002, also known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, drug testing shall be done by any government forensic laboratories or by any of the drug testing laboratories accredited and monitored by the Department of Health to safeguard the quality of test results. So, drug test certificates issued by accredited drug testing centers shall be valid for a 1-year period from the date of issue, which may be used for other purposes. So, every establishment or every businesses, kanang one of the requirements nga ilang required sa mga workers who apply sa kumpanya is a drug test results in order for to know kung the person who apply is naka-drugs or dili. So first, next is the retirement. So under Article 287 of the Labor Code, as amended by Republic Act number 7641, also known as the New Retirement Law, so any employee may be retired upon reaching the retirement age established in the collective bargaining agreement or other applicable employment contract. So in the absence of a retirement plan or agreement providing for retirement benefits of employees in establishment, an employee upon reaching at the age of 60 years or more but not beyond 65 years. So, the age limit kung kano sa mo retire ang employee. So, the age range is 60 years old or more but not beyond 65 years old. So, after the retirement, so naa siya madawatan nga mga benefits like pension or the SSS. So next is for the uniform policy. So some tourism establishment, which includes limited to restaurants, department store areas in gasoline station, deluxe and first class hotel, tourist in special interest, resorts, apartments, motels, and those engaged in water transfer service require their employees and staff to be well groomed and shall wear clean and smart uniforms. So uniform policies in the establishment are prerequisite requirements in order to be accredited by the Department of Tourism. So next is the SSS, PhilHealth Employees Compensation Commission and the Pag-ibig. So employees in the private sector are covered under the SS law, wherein the commission is to promote and perfect a viable tax-exempt social security system suitable of the needs of the people, which shall provide meaningful protection to members and their beneficiaries against hazard of disability, sickness, maternity, old age, death, and other contingencies resulting in loss of income or financial burden. So PhilHealth assumed that responsibility of administering the former Medicare program for private sector employees with its landmark transfer from the Social Security System in April 1998 With this transfer came the turnover of the health insurance funds, initially totaling of 14 billion from the SSS. So the amount covers employees and employers' shares in the medical care program. So the benefit package includes personal health services. So these are for the inpatient hospital care room and board, services of healthcare professionals, diagnostic or laboratory and other examination services, use of surgical or medical equipment and the facilities, prescription drugs, biological, are subject to the limitations stated under Section 37 of Republic Act 7875, and inpatient education packages, outpatient care, services of healthcare professionals, diagnostic laboratory, and other emergency or healthcare benefits services related to this law. So an employee may also recover from the employee compensation side insurance fund in case of work-related disability according to the Republic Act 707,742, which was fully implemented on January 1, 1995. Membership to the Pag-ibig Fund shall be mandatory for all employees covered by the Social Security System or the SSS. Next is the termination of the employment. So it is the constitutional right of workers to secure tenure and right to be protected against dismissal except for just unauthorized cause without prejudice to the requirement of notice under Article 283 of the Labor Code due to a process and termination dispute in the heart of security, tenure, and proportional to the employee. So now, let's move forward to the law against discrimination. In the Article 3, Declaration of the Basic Policy, the state shall afford protection to the labor, promote full employment, ensure the equal work opportunities regardless of sex, race, or creed, and regulate the relations between workers and employers. So the law against discrimination with respect to labor are follows under the Republic Act number 7277, also known as the Magna Carta for Disabled Person. So that is the person who discriminate, pwede siya mo-file o case sa person nga nag-discriminate niya. So there are many law regarding about the discrimination, especially for the people who is disabled, for the women, discrimination against women's, as well as the criminal offenses that provides penalties who against the law. So employment of women, it is a policy of the state to protect the working women by providing safe and helpful working condition, taking into account their maternity and maternal functions, and such facilities and opportunities that will enhance their welfare and enable them to realize their potential. So women are also protected by the law. So next is the sexual harassment in the workplace. So under the Republic Act of 7877, also the Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, sexual harassment is committed by an employer, employee, manager, supervisors, or other employees, or any person who having authority, influence, moral ascendancy over another in a work environment, demands, requests, or other requires any sexual favor from others. So in this chapter, which is the labor law, so this is very important as a workers. So knowing a labor law is very essential for promoting fairness, protecting rights, ensuring legal compliance, and maintaining harmonious employer or employee relationship in the workplace. So this is very important to all the workers in order for them to know that they are protected by the law, kaaron dili sila kanang basta-basta lang kanang unsaon sa mga ilang mga workmates, as well as to their boss or to their kanang ilang manager or other person involved in the business. So that's it for today about the labor law. Thank you for listening, and God bless.